introduce you to the points of this online tour. First, we will go live to Okayama, the largest producer of Japanese swords in Japan. Next, enjoy contemporary art at MonET, the museum on Eichiko Tsumari of contemporary art. We will show you the artworks that amazes and impress all who see them. There will be a quiz during the online tour to win an Amazon gift card. Enjoy Japanese art and culture on this online tour. Now let us show you how to get there from major cities in Japan. Okayama is known as the gateway to Shikoku. It is said to have more sunny days than any other prefecture in Japan. Niigata is located northeast of Tokyo and faces the Sea of Japan. It is the 5th largest prefecture in Japan in terms of area. There are 2 main ways to get to Okayama from Tokyo. Airplane travel from Tokyo takes about 1 hour and 20 minutes, while the Shinkansen takes about 3 hours and 10 minutes. The Shinkansen is also recommended for travel from Kyoto and Osaka. It takes only about 1 hour to arrive by Shinkansen, so it is easy to get there. Osafune City, where the Sword Museum is located, is about 40 minutes by train from Okayama Station. There are 2 ways to get to Niigata from Tokyo, by car or by Shinkansen. By car it takes about 2 hours from central Tokyo, but by Shinkansen it takes about 2 hours and 10 minutes to arrive at Niigata Station. MonET, which we are visiting this time, is about 1 hour and 15 minutes by Shinkansen to Eichiko Yuzawa Station, and from there it takes about 30 minutes to change trains. Now, let the live show begin. Hello everybody, minasan konnichiwa. My name is John Dobb and I am very excited to take you on a trip in this special live streaming event to introduce to you beautiful Japanese art and culture. Right now I'm in Bizen in Okayama Prefecture in the Chugoku region of Japan between Osaka and Hiroshima. In this special live streaming, I'm going to take you inside the Bizen Osafune Sword Museum. And in the second part of this, we're going to take you to Niigata Prefecture to the Eichiko Tsumari Satoyama Museum of Contemporary Art called MonET. This museum is very interesting. I'm kind of excited to go in here, so come with me. Now, this museum, it kind of looks like a warehouse from the outside. 2 floors are open to the public. They have 40 items that are on display. 5 to 6 special exhibitions are always going on inside of here. A little bit of background on the Bizen swords. The production of it started about 700 years ago to the beginning of the Edo period, which is 1603. So I guess the 700 years ago was the 14th century, I believe. And during this time, half of all of the swords in Japan were produced. The largest producers of the swords were right here in Bizen, making this a very culturally significant museum. Now, they also house a national treasure in here. It's a very special sword called Tachi Mume Ichimonji Sanchome. This sword is one of the best swords created by the Fukuoka Ichimonji School, a group of swordsmiths in Bizen in mid-Kamakura period, 1185 to 1333, and is characterized by the magnificent form and splendid blade pattern. It is famous as the favorite sword of Kenshin Uesugi and his son Kagekatsu Uesugi, who were famous generals in the Sengoku period. A crowdfunding campaign brought the sword back to its birthplace, Bizen Osafune, and the purchase was 500 million yen, or about $5 million. The sword is exhibited once a year. It weighs 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds. That's not on display this year, but it does look very beautiful. Let's go inside. Wow. So this exhibition is called The World of Swords. And you can see they have some a digital exhibition. There's a movie here that will explain to you about the iron process, the iron ore, and how they make the swords from start to finish. But it's also very interesting to learn that there's more than just one comes to the katana. Over here we have a chart that highlights them. This up here is the tachi. The tachi is about 2 feet in length, 60 centimeters. It's a long sword, and it's usually the blade pointed up. It's a cavalry sword, so it was used mostly on horse, a little bit longer than the next sword, the katana. The katana, again, about 2 feet in length. The blade is pointed down, used mostly in hand-to-hand combat by the samurai. Down below is the wakizashi, which is the companion to the katana. Usually the samurai had 2 swords in their sash. It's a little bit smaller. And the bottom one, a fourth sword, is the tanto, which is much smaller, about 1 foot in length. It's very interesting to see how many blades the samurai had. They were basically walking blades of steel, which is very interesting. They also, in this room, show you the process of making the iron ore to the final product of the sword, which I thought was really fascinating. The more you learn about this process of making swords, the more you really appreciate the craftsmanship and work that goes into making a sword, thus explaining why Japanese swords are so valuable. Over here, I want to show you something that's on the wall. This here is the Tsukisada, very long sword, the largest sword created by the Bizen Osafune School. He was the last master sword blacksmith of the Osafune School, which flourished in the Bizen province from the mid-Muromachi period to the end of the Edo era. Several swordsmiths made swords under the name of Tsukisada. That's a pretty big sword. I don't think samurais were holding that in their kimono sash. Let's go inside the exhibition hall. Over here we have some swords that were made in the Reiwa period. This is very interesting to note. Even though sword production for weapons ended at the beginning of the Edo period, well, I continued on, and swords were outlawed in the Meiji period. They still are produced here as art. And you can see this is a Reiwa sword. This is a katana, a tachi. Because it's pointed up, that's right. This tachi was made just a few years ago within the Reiwa era. This one next to it is a katana. You can tell because the blade is pointed down. They're of equal length. This one is actually a little bit longer than the tachi, which makes it unique, but you can tell which sword it is by the way it's pointed. I like the little details of it. And the one over here is a tanto. You can see it is much smaller, about 1 foot in length. And I think if you remember the swords that I explained to you out there, it's really interesting to see them in person. It's quite different. Over here is a very famous sword from Okayama Prefecture, and you know it's very famous when it has a name. This tachi is the Wataru Imaizumi Toshimitsu. It's a very impressive sword here in the museum. And over here, I want to show you one thing before we take you to the workshop and the striking of the swords. This sword is a great example of how to look and appreciate the sword. You can see the picture there in the front with the gleam of light. Now, if you were to look at the sword at the right direction from left to right, you can catch the hara, or the skin of the sword, and the hamon, which is that pattern you see on the top of it created in the quenching process. It's very fascinating to see that. If you follow the light, you really get a sense of it and have more appreciation for the sword. Again, it's one thing to see a samurai sword in the movie or in anime or manga in art. It's another thing to see it with your own 2 eyes. And I think looking here at the museum, it really does sum up Japanese characteristics, that desire for perfection, the mastery in creativity, that exquisiteness that's very important in everything that they do, from food to design. That's no different in sword making. we're going to take you outside now. And this is the part I'm really excited about. We're going to the workshop. But I need a little bit of help with this. So I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine who is going to help me also with the translation. This is Tumi Grendel Markham.
Hi, thanks, John, for coming. So yeah, my job here is to make sure that our international visitors at the museum get the best possible experience. And so for that, we've prepared a lot of English language materials. So anyone coming from the States and from Canada can really, dive deep into Japanese swords.
Wonderful. I'm so excited about this part. I guess the workshops are in this direction.
Yeah, so today we'll be going to meet a few of our craftsmen here. And the first one we're going to meet is Ando-san. And now Ando-san is a blacksmith, a very skilled artisan, and he'll be doing a bit of forging for us today.
That's so awesome. You mean like actually striking the iron ore?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa.
Yeah. So have you ever seen this kind of thing before?
I might have seen it in another area of Japan. It's a pretty interesting process. So I'm looking forward to seeing and feeling the heat.
Absolutely. I mean, when they start striking the metal and the sparks start flying, you really want to make sure you stand back because it can get pretty hot.
Now, this is a live stream. All of you are watching this live, and there are comments coming in here. Ren Tutha Dane Danan writes in here, would love to see that sword. You're going to get a chance right now.
Yeah. So in fact, actually, if you come to the museum, he's working here every day. So
he's here every day.
He's here every day,
awesome.
So you'll be able to see him yourself if you ever come.
We have here. Boy, a lot of comments are coming in. Thank you so much. Gabrielle writes in here, this is very convenient. Nicole's Cheshire Cat writes in here, yes, they're very beautiful. So I really appreciate the comments, guys. Keep them coming. If you have any questions, we want to hear from you. What do you think about this sword in this really fantastic museum? I really like this museum because it is dedicated just to swords.
Yes. So in fact, we're pretty unique because we are the one of only a couple of publicly funded Japanese sword museums in the country, which means we hold a very special place in the world of swords in Japan, and we support a lot of the activities of swordsmiths and other artisans in Japan.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions actually, like why do they still continue to make swords in a period where it's not a weapon anymore and still art? But we can, I guess, ask
these guys right here.
Yeah. Wow. This is awesome.
It's great, isn't it? It never gets old.
Oh, he's got it. So inside the fire right now in the kiln is the piece of metal. He's bringing out that chunk of iron ore that's attached to it, right?
Yeah. So he's heating up to just the right temperature, and then these two guys here. So another smith and his apprentice.
Oh, they're standing by. Look at them, ready. And the kiln on the left side, you can see that's the heater where he's bringing in air.
Yeah, so that's the bellows. So it's a special design which is unique to Japan, totally different from anything in the West.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. You can't in the live stream feel the heat, but it is quite a lot coming towards us right now.
Yeah, and you can imagine that in the summer it can get up to 40 or 50 degrees Celsius, which is over 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, look at that! Whoa! There's like a rhythm to this, isn't there?
Yeah. So Ando-san, who's sitting right there, he's the leader, and he's counting out the rhythm for them. And the two guys, through their years of experience, know exactly when to hit.
Wow. So after that, he coats it with some more charcoal and puts it back into the fire.
Yeah. So that's actually rice straw ash, which comes from the fields around here, and it just helps it to keep the oxygen away and stops it from oxidizing in the forge.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, it's a mix of craft, art, and science.
Wow. So how many times will they do this process?
I mean, they'll do it over and over again for about a week just to get the metal ready to be turned into a sword.
So are they going to do this again?
I mean, if you wait around, but it takes a while to heat up the metal.
Wow. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I got some questions.
Please, yeah, go ahead and ask. Yeah,
ask around here. like, 何回やりますか？
So
始まったばかり
なんか
ですよね。
この訓練は何回やりますか？
折り返し鍛錬の数ですか。だいたい10から15回の間ですね。
So what he was saying was that they will do this folding operation 10 to 15 times.
Oh, wow.
But it can take quite a while just to get to that point.
最初から最後まで何日間かかりますか？
だいたい2、3週間ぐらい。
So it can take between 2 and 3 weeks to finish.
Wow. It's quite a long time. And how hot is the fire? How hot do they need to get it? And how does he know when to hammer it?
So この訓練の時はこれ何度に当たりますか？
だいたい鋼が1300度ぐらいですね。
So we heat up the metal to 1,300 degrees
Wow, that's Celsius.
Celsius. Yeah,
So it's going to be a lot more Fahrenheit for
it's a
North,
lot more in
North
Fahrenheit.
American viewers. I'm not sure what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's pretty hot. This is only one step in the process to make a samurai sword, a katana, right?
Yeah, so in fact, there's about 8 different artisans who all work together to make the perfect Japanese sword. So in here we had Ando-san and his hot working, and then when all the dirty hot work gets done, he'll move on to another workshop where he'll put some of his finishing touches. He'll engrave his name with some hand chisels, do a bit of filing, and then do a bit of polishing as well, just to start bringing out some of the beauty of the sword, and to make sure that he's not made any major mistakes in his work.
Wow, I think for Japanese swords, it really is a thing of beauty and perfection, right? They're always aiming for that.
Absolutely, and especially because by law they're actually limited to making only 2 swords every month, which means they've got to get those 2 absolutely bang on.
To be honest, I guess a lot of you might be thinking this. I mean, can you make a living making swords in Japan if you only produce 2? It would have to be quite expensive with a team of people to make a living off of this, right?
Yeah. So it can be pretty tough for the swordsmiths, especially. I mean, there's by far the most expensive work, but a sword, once it's finished and has gone through all the different artisans, can go anywhere between 9,000 USD and over 100,000, depending on the guys.
Wow.
And so this here is the lacquerer, and so he will receive a wooden scabbard from another artisan, and he'll apply many hundreds of layers of lacquer using brushes made from human hair.
What? Human hair?
Yeah,
Really?
human hair.
How do they decide? Is my hair good enough? Or...
Well, so according to them, apparently it's got to be a woman's hair. It's the right size, consistency for this work.
Yeah, I don't think I have the strength in my hair anymore to be putting that into some sort of lacquerware. Very interesting. I'm looking at the museum here. They actually will show you the process to make the sword. So it's not just exhibits. It's actually the manufacturing of swords.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got between about 4 and 5 artisans working here at any one time, and they are real artisans, and this is their actual job. And you can walk in here, and if you've got a bit of Japanese, or if I'm around, you can go and have a chat with them, and I can translate.
So the business card says swordsmith on it.
Swordsmith
So awesome.
or engraver or polisher, yeah.
Can we go in and ask some questions?
Yeah, please do. Come on.
This is Katayama-san.
Yeah, this is Katayama-san.
Wow. こんにちは。今やってますか？何やってますか？
では今、唾を作ってるところです。
So Katayama-san is making tsuba, which is the sword guard, which protects your hand when you're fighting your foes with a Japanese sword.
Wow, すごい. There's so many details in it, isn't there? This must take a long time to make.
So こんなtsubaは何時間かかりますか
？60日ぐらい。
So this can take up to 2 months to make just one tsuba like this.
Wow. すごいね。
ですよね。
Does he wait for the sword to be finished before starting this process, or does he start making the tsuba as the sword's being made?
陶器が作る前にその工程を始まるか、それとももらった後で始まるか。
基本は注文を受けてから仕事が始まる。ただこれは自分の研究のためも兼ねてやってるんで、注文出来上がってから販売って感じですね。
So it really depends on the piece. So sometimes they'll be making it for a particular sword, but other times a customer might just ask him for a tsuba, just like this. But in fact, in this case, it's just something he's making for his own studies.
Interesting. It is beautiful, and I love the details. You can see how the concentration and focus in his eyes. And I don't know if you folks saw that are watching, but after you could see he's got so many tools on his workshop bench there. There must be about 100, 150 different little tools that he uses for this
Yes.
fine details.
So I've actually asked him before. He's got over 200 different chisels, every single one unique, and every single one made by him.
That's really incredible. So I guess you're all out there getting a feel of what it's like from the start to the finish of making a sword. I know this isn't really a lot of time for you to get into this process, which is another reason to come to this museum. Now, Okayama Prefecture has a lot more attractions than just the Bizen Osafune Sword Museum, right?
Yeah, there's loads to see, and it's really overlooked by people doing Japanese tourism.
Right. One of the places is Koraku Gardens, right?
Yeah, so Koraku, as it's called, is one of the 3 most beautiful gardens in Japan, and especially this kind of year with the autumn colors, it's really
yeah.
a sight to see.
Yeah, it's rated 3 stars by the Michelin Green Guide Japan. It has a beautiful space with Okayama Castle in the background. The daytime view is, of course, beautiful, but the nighttime illusion is absolutely stunning. There's also Mount Kinojo, an ancient mountain castle with a history that remains a mystery. So in order to go there, you can learn all about it because there's nothing in the history books written about this castle. And then there's the Kurashiki Beacon Historical Quarter.
Yeah, so that's totally unique in Japan, almost like the Venice of Japan with its winding canals and its gondolas, which just go through the rivers.
Absolutely stunning place. Must visit if you are here in Okayama.
Absolutely, definitely visit.
Tony, thank you so much for the time and showing us around.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really great. So this is the time in the live stream that I want to introduce a quiz to you. And this is a chance to win a $70 Amazon gift card. If you're watching on YouTube, you got to go over to Facebook to take this quiz, but it's your chance to win some cash here. So I'm really excited about this. Here is the question. How does the national treasure Sanchomo weigh? I introduced this at the beginning of this live stream. How much does the national treasure Sanchomo weigh? Is it A, 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds, B, 3 kilograms, 6.6 pounds, or C, 5 kilograms, 11 pounds? A, B, or C? And I'm seeing the live stream right here. Oh, check this out. All right, Brian's writing an A, and UAD is writing in, he's watching. Deshaun's writing an A. Amy writes in B. Hurry up, that's your chance to do it. We got about 10 more seconds left. Timmy writes an A. Ray writes an A. You're going to be chosen randomly. Speed is not important. Steven writes an A. The correct answer is A. 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. Those Japanese swords, they're made so well, but they're also so light, which is an incredible aspect of this amazing Japanese art. Now, we finished this portion of the live stream. I'm going to toss this over to Bunny Tokyo, who is in Niigata Prefecture at the H-Go Tsumari Satoyama Museum of Contemporary Art, known as MonET. How are you doing, Bunny?
Hi, John. How are you doing? Did you guys have a good time?
We had a great time, and it was fascinating to learn about the swords of Bizen here. Was there anything in particular?
I have a question for you, John.
Oh, okay.
Are you considering maybe getting your own katana? Just like, a little souvenir from this beautiful tour?
I was thinking about it until Tumi told me how much the price for a katana is. They're quite expensive, and I'm not sure my wife would want me to have one in the house. Probably not.
I understand, but I think it's worth to try.
Maybe. Well, if I do so, it won't be on the live stream. I'll secretly purchase it. They only make 2 a month, so I guess the options for shopping aren't so much. I know that you are in Niigata right now, and you're going to introduce a beautiful museum. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. And if you are okay with it, I will take it from here and I will talk to you back later, okay?
Awesome. See you later.
See you later, John. Thank you so much. Hi guys, I am Bunny Tokyo and I am here in beautiful Niigata Prefecture. This is the Echigo Tsumari Contemporary Satoyama Museum of Contemporary Art, MonET. And as I said, it's in beautiful Niigata Prefecture. This museum is located in a city called Tokamachi in the southern tip of Niigata Prefecture. And as you saw before, it takes about a couple of hours by public transport or maybe 3 hours to reach here by car. We have a lot of different art festivals and events, and they are all unique to the places that they are in, and they take advantage of the rich natural resources and all of the upcoming talents and artists that join them. For example, we have the Setouchi International Art Festival, which is in the Setouchi area, which includes Okayama, which you just visited with John. We also have the Okayama Art Summit, which is in Okayama Prefecture, and we also have the Aichi Art Summit. Sumimasen. Sorry, the Aichi Art Triennale 2022 that is in Aichi Prefecture. Now you're seeing a video about the first festival that I mentioned, which is the Setouchi International Film Festival. Echigo Tsumari is one of these beautiful art festivals that we have in Japan, but it's different. It's considered one of the largest festivals here in Japan. It's actually a triennial. That means that it happens every 3 years. But unfortunately, due to the effects of COVID, this time we had to wait 4 years. Despite all of the hardships and all of this COVID, we actually had a beautiful event. It was held for 145 days. We saw 300 artworks and art installations using nature, using abandoned buildings like an abandoned school, and even inside of a tunnel. And I actually want to introduce you to one of the most symbolic artworks of the Echigo Tsumari Art Triennial, which is inside a tunnel in Kiyotsu Gorge. Let's see the video.
This is the Kiyotsu Gorge Tunnel, renewed as the artwork Tunnel of Light in time for the Echigo Tsumari Art Triennial 2018. The tunnel is 750 meters long, and there are several interesting spots inside that you must see. Let us now take you to the inside of the tunnel. The inside is lit up in various colors, creating a very mystical atmosphere. The Tunnel of Light is an artwork that portrays the tunnel itself as a submarine that is cut off from the outside world. The artwork is displayed at the entrance facility, in the corridor, at the viewing location along the way, and at the panoramic station at the end of the tunnel. At the viewing location, you can enjoy a spectacular view of the Kiyotsu Gorge. The magnificent view of the rock faces is really overwhelming. The final stop in the long tunnel is the main attraction, the panorama station. The water on the floor reflects the scenery like a mirror, creating a magical view. Walking along the shallow water along the wall, you can take pictures as well, capturing the beautiful nature of Kiyotsu Gorge. The scenery of the valley at the end of the tunnel changes with the seasons. No matter which season you visit in, you are sure to enjoy the beauty of each. Please come and see for yourself the spectacular view of the tunnel reflected on the surface of the water and the magnificent view of the Kiyotsu Gorge.
And now we're going to go inside of the museum, so please follow me. So exciting. From now on, I'm going to be showing you guys around and introducing all of the artworks in here as we walk around. But we just arrived to our first art installation. This year, it's called Ghost Satellite. And it's by two artists from Switzerland. And apologies if I say these names wrong, but it's Gerda Steiner and Jörg Leslinga. As you can see, these are 15 objects that symbolize satellites, and they are actually made with little objects and collectibles that the two artists came around while they were living here in Echigo, Tsumari. And you can see the spirit of using whatever is on hand and creating art out of it. And I think it's beautiful. It just welcomes you here into the museum. And I love them. And we will see them again later, but from the second floor. So if we go and continue, let's go to the next one. Okay, so it's time to check some of your comments. Thank you so much, guys, for commenting. Okay, we're gonna go up in here, and actually this museum is really, really beautiful. It's all surrounded by beautiful windows, and all of the light comes in. It's amazing. Hey, thank you so very much, guys, for saying hi. Stick around because we're going to have a lot of fun, and also we have a little quiz waiting for you guys now. So yeah, just stay tuned. Well, this is so beautiful. This is called Movements, and it's by an art group called Me, like Japanese eye. This group consists of 3 artists called Asuka Aragami, Kenji Minamikawa, and Hirofumi Masui. And if you look closely, you will see that these are actually 8,000 tiny little clocks, and they are all moving. They are all ticking time away. They are actually arranged like a flock of birds. So they are arranged like a flock of starlings. And of course, the interpretation that you can give to them is maybe the passing of time, or like the movement of things, or the impermanence of things. But of course, you guys can give any interpretation that you guys want. If we move on to the next installation or artwork, wow, this is one of my favorites. This one is called Ariel, and is by the artist Nicolas Darot. And these are silk parachutes that actually move and dance, operated by pneumatic ropes. Actually, these parachutes will do different movements and different dances depending on the people that is here in the installation. So if you come here and you're alone, they will do a little movement, but if there's more people with you, they will do a different thing. So maybe try it out and come a couple of times and see if you can spot the difference. Moving on to the next one. Wow, look at that. This artwork is called Fuyu, and it's by artist Carlos Garaycoa. As you can see, tiny snowflakes float around in this huge snowball, or should I say snow cube? But if you look up closely, you will see that they are actually not snowflakes. They are tiny little houses from all over the world, including a house from here, from Echigo Otsumari. This artwork is called Fuyu, like winter, and I think it's very fitting. Let's move to the next one. Here you have 16 ropes. As you can see, there are about 100 notes hanging up from all of these 16 ropes that extend from wall to wall. And if you come closer, you will see that you can read some of them. They are in English and in Japanese. They have pieces of conversation about like childcare, about health, about life, about love. And this installation, this artwork is by two artists from Ukraine. Actually, you can go in, so I'm going to show you. Carefully, carefully. So 16 ropes. This artwork is by two artists from Ukraine, former Soviet Union, called Ilya and Emilia Kavakov. And I think like what they wanted to do here is preserve the voices of the everyday life of the people in their lives. So it's kind of a memento of all of the people and experiences that we go as people together. Okay, let me get out of here very carefully. And now, I will get you guys to the next one. It is such a nice day, even though it was raining a little bit today, but it stopped, and maybe we will be lucky and get, some sun. Also, don't forget, guys, that we have a quiz coming up, so stay tuned, and maybe you will be able to get some nice prizes for yourself. Wow, this is a cute museum, says Keith. Thank you so much, Keith. Cup of coffee, and I will be wondering, isn't that such a nice plan? Just come here, spend some time in the museum, maybe take it easy. There's a bunch of restaurants around here that you can have lunch and just enjoy all of the different times of the day in the museum, which gives you a different experience. Oh yeah, we're right here. Let me introduce you to Soil Library by Koichi Kurita. Kurita-san is actually from Niigata Prefecture. He was born here. And as you can see, this is literally a soil library. Kurita-san has been collecting soil from all over Niigata Prefecture and arranging it like this. It's almost like seeing like paint samples. It's really, really beautiful. If you cannot see the different colors and the different textures through the camera, I'm very sorry. Maybe you will need to come here and enjoy for yourself. But it's really interesting to see all of the difference in the texture and the colors of the beautiful soil here in Niigata Prefecture. If we go to the next one, follow me. That is cool. Impressive, the variety, says Miranda. Miranda, thank you so much. I totally agree with you. I was very impressed. And it's more impressive that it's actually only from Niigata Prefecture. It's a lot of different colors, exactly. And I guess you can actually use this soil for different purposes, maybe. I'm not a soil expert, so I don't know, but I assume so. It's quite early yet. The museum is just open. Yeah, they actually, we just arrived as at opening time. So it's like we just came in. We are the first ones here, me and you guys. I'm going to show you guys these beautiful photographies taken all in Niigata during summer. These are all taken in here in this beautiful prefecture and shows life here in the Japanese countryside in beautiful Niigata. Someone asked how is the view from the chairs back there, and we're going to show it to you right now. The view is amazing, and you will see this is a very special view. This museum we have the best for the last. You will see the gorgeous last. Oh, shoot the door! You will see the last artwork right about now. I love seeing photographs, says Amy. Me too. Those are actually really, really beautiful. And I love that they are kind of casual. They are not very curated. So you get a really good feeling of how life is here. Oh, we just arrived. This is Two River. Okay, if you can actually direct your eyes to the ceiling, you will see a bunch of mobile circular things that are hanging from the ceiling. They are actually clouds, and they symbolize them like the little clouds that reflect on the shimmering surface of the river. If there's sun outside, which unfortunately there's not yet, you will see that these clouds on the ceiling will make a little river of light on the floor, and you can follow the river and enjoy this artwork. But yeah, it's cloudy today, so maybe when you come here, you will enjoy it fully. All of the pieces in this artwork are using either circles or squares. I really love the design. I think it's very modern. And if you follow me over here, this is the second part of this artwork of Two River. And these circular tables actually hide a secret, and I'm going to tell it to you right now. If you connect these circular tables that you can see here, they actually form the shape of Shinano River, which is the longest river in Japan and actually flows through here, through Echigo Tsumari. And the previous part of the installation has the same tables, so you can see the river there. Or maybe you can try your luck and connect these ones and form your own Shinano River. I think like these are such a beautiful design. I would definitely have one at home. I think they are great, and they feel absolutely great. Maybe not all of them, because I don't have a space. But if I could, I would have all of them, creating the beautiful shape of Shinano River. And one of the most enjoyable things about visiting a museum is not only enjoying the artworks and the place itself, it's also maybe checking up the store and see if you want to buy a souvenir for yourself or for a loved one. So why don't we do that? Shall we go? This museum shop actually sells a very special item that is a specialty from Niigata. Let me show it to you. Konnichiwa. You might be surprised to see rice being sold in a museum store, but Niigata is the rice producing prefecture of Japan. This is called Daichi no Kome, or rice of the earth, and it's a specialty from here. So maybe it's kind of fitting to be able to buy yourself a little or a big bag of Daichi no Kome, and I'm sure it's delicious. I think I'm going to get myself some later as soon as we finish the tour. But let me see if we can find anything else We have beautiful t-shirts with designs that are exclusive from this museum. We have a bunch of different snacks. We have teas. Look how beautiful this one is. This is fully organic herbal tea. Looks delicious. I really want one. And of course, you can find many, many things. So I'm sure you will be able to find something that you or a loved one back at home will love. Shall we go to the next one? Follow me. Does Niigata have a wonderful ceramic industry? Actually, Niigata has a bunch of very different and rich arts and crafts. I think other than being like the rice producing prefecture of Japan, they actually really have really, really good sake. So if you like that, definitely pay Niigata a visit. We should cook a meal in that shop and enjoy a nice tea. That is actually a really good idea. I am actually very down for that. Niigata can get quite cold, and they have beautiful snow. And yeah, nothing sounds better than a hot tea and maybe a rich meal with like daichi no kome, rice from here. It sounds amazing. I'm really hungry too, so maybe later. As I told you guys before, this museum has 2 levels. So you can enjoy some of the art installations from below and from up. This is actually the first art installation that we saw, Ghost Satellite. So you can enjoy it from below. And then you can come here and really enjoy the details. You can see like there's some flowers. There are like some cheeky monkeys hidden in the satellites as well. They were super, super cute. So yeah, you can have a different perspective of the artworks in here. And this museum is so beautiful because it's basically all of the sides are window, so it gets beautiful natural light every day. And I'm going to show you guys the piece of resistance, the best part of the museum, that I think is the best part, obviously, in my opinion. Here we are. This is palimpsest pond of sky. If you can look out of the window, you will see that this museum actually has a pond in the center. So it's a square, and then the center of the museum, it's a pond with water, and it reflects the sky, it reflects the buildings, and it reflects the light beautifully. And actually, if you look at it from here, you will have a different view of it than if you look it down below. Oh, before I forget, we have to introduce some other sightseeing spots that are here in the Echigo Tsumari area other than this museum. So let's play a video. Oh, sorry, there are photos, right? We will show you guys some photos. And I will tell you guys about it. We have the first one is, for example, the terrace rice field of Hoshitoge, where about 200 rice paddies of various sizes are spread out on the slopes like fish scales. It's one of the most beautiful spots, showing various impressions that differ according to the season or the time of the day. Many photographers and tourists from all over Japan visit the area to admire the beautiful scenery. Isn't it gorgeous? It's beautiful. I really want to go and take some pictures. Next, we have the hot springs of Tsukioka Onsen, famous for its ability to make people beautiful. And they are actually attracting a lot of attention from people overseas. I really want to go there too. I'm just taking notes as we go through this tour, mental notes. And lastly, we have the firework festivals that are held in this area from late July to early September. The 3 major firework festivals of the Echigo region, Nagaoka Festival in Nagaoka City, Katakae Festival in Ojiya City, Angion Kashiwazaki Festival in Kashiwazaki City are all popular summer festivals. The firework festivals are visited by millions of spectators from all over Japan. These festivals are Japan's proudest firework displays. Aren't they gorgeous? They are so beautiful. And now, this is everyone's favorite part. We are ready for the quiz. Okay, so we're going to hold a quiz right now. And let me make extra sure that I read everything correctly. Okay, so the quiz can be answered only from the chat section in Facebook. So if you're on watching this on YouTube, please head to Facebook and participate from there. The prizes are 2 Amazon gift cards worth 700 American dollars. And there are a couple of rules. You will choose your answer from the given 3 answer choices, and the winner of the prize will be chosen randomly. Note that the winner that will be chosen from those who have answered the question after the question appears down here in the caption. Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm going to read the question. What did the artwork movements express with 8,000 clocks? A. Stars in the night sky. B. Flock of birds. Or C. Mankind. Do you guys know the answer? Let me see. Oh, sorry. Apologies. It's the price for the quiz is 2 Amazon gift cards worth 70 American dollars. My mistake, not 770 American dollars. Apologies. Okay, do you guys know the answer? Are you guys ready? Let me check. Wow, so many bees! Wow, you guys have been listening. I am proud. B, B, A. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, the answer is B. Congratulations to all that got it right. And actually, if you guys didn't win, don't worry because you have another chance to get to win another prize. If you fill out our survey, which is in the chat section, you will be able to maybe get another prize. So why don't you give it a try? And yeah, I think that's it from me and my report from Niigata. But before we say goodbye, I am going to talk with John. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this tour with us. It was my pleasure to walk you guys around. And yeah, let's see if John is over there and what's his opinion on this part of the tour. Thank you.
Hello, Bunny.
Hi, John. How are you doing?
Very good. That was fascinating to see the walk through the museum. So many beautiful pieces of art there.
It is actually gorgeous, and if you can see, we are actually getting some sun right now, so it's going to be even more beautiful as the day goes by. Did you see any art piece that was your favorite or caught your eye?
Well, I can tell you that art piece with the clocks would probably drive me crazy with all those clocks ticking. But I did like the satellites at the entry. But when it comes to contemporary museums, it's that creativity of the regional areas. I love to see what they're thinking, what they're creating. And that was fascinating to get insight from your tour.
Well, I'm so glad that you actually enjoyed it, and I totally agree with you. It's so special to see how the up and coming Japanese and international artists come and shine in this museum and this Echigo Tsumari Art Triennial. And thank you so much, John, for coming with me on this part of the tour. I really enjoyed your part as well. Before I forget, I have to explain about the survey. So you can actually, our viewers, they can actually fill the survey in the chat, and then they will maybe be able to win another prize. So if you cannot see it in the chat, don't worry, because you can actually access it from the official webpage. So just a reminder to give it a try and see if you can get a little prize for yourself. John, that's all for me. And I think you're going to say goodbye for both of us.
I do. That's all for us for this special live streaming event. I'm at the Bizen Osafune Sword Museum in Okayama Prefecture, and Bunny was in Niigata Prefecture at the Eichigo Tsumari Satoyama Museum of Contemporary Art called MonET. I hope you seriously consider going to visit there. There's more information on it on the JNTO site, and I will see you again in another live stream. Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye. Thank you so, so very much. See you soon. Actually, guys, don't forget again about the survey that we have in the chat right now. If you cannot see it in the chat, you can access it also from the official webpage. And if you fill it out, you may be able to win a prize. So don't forget to give it a try. Okay? Thank you so, so
Right,
very
don't
much
forget
for
about the
coming.
surveys.
I really enjoyed
One
it, and I hope
last
to see
thing.
you guys very soon. Bye. Bye, guys. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.